Man, I have dog hair everywhere. Okay, so I know I have dog hair all over my shirt, so just excuse the dog hair. So here are a few of the mistakes that I made when I first started my YouTube channel and when I first got into videography and photography. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first and probably the most common mistake that most people make when they're trying to start a YouTube channel is not actually starting it and having every excuse not to start it. I'm an avid believer of just do it. Just do it! Because the biggest mistake that I personally made was always talking about it, but never actually bringing my actions or being accountable for my actions. I know a lot of you are, thinking of starting a YouTube channel, but you don't know, 1, what to start it on, 2, how to even start, 3, or where to even start. Just start somewhere, just do it. The only way that you're going to learn how to do this is by trial and error. I mean, if you go back and look at my videos are not the best videos. All the biggest YouTubers learned by trial and error, and they just didn't start off by making great, awesome videos that everyone enjoyed. I know a lot of you guys just like watching other YouTubers and you're like, oh, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could do that. It's no more wishing. Let's just go out and just do it. Just go out and live. There's so much at our fingertips, especially with the power of Google. It's ridiculous. If you want to learn how to do something, there's no excuse. And there's no one stopping you but yourself. Make your dreams come true! The next biggest mistake that a lot of people made, and that I personally made myself, was that thinking that gear actually matters. Casey Neistat has touched on this I don't know how many times. Gear doesn't matter, content does. The depth of your content matters way more than how much your camera costs and what lens you're using. All that stuff makes no difference if you have no content or depth behind your content that you're creating with that $3,000, $4,000 camera. If you have no ideas but you have a great camera, that does absolutely nothing for you. Anyone can go buy a $3,000 camera and snap a photo and be like, hey, look how good my photo is. Now that I'm getting a lot more into YouTube and I'm still growing as a YouTuber, my most watched videos were either shot on my iPhone 6s Plus or a really old Sony camera that I bought 2 years ago. Not even my a6300 that shoots 4K with all these other lenses that I have. Okay, so another mistake that most people make in the beginning, especially creating YouTube content and or video content, is that they think that they need to copy other people's work. Just be sure that it's your original content. Try not to copy anyone else. Be original, be you, and things will fall into place. I would say another thing that I struggled with as a new vlogger was knowing when and where to video yourself or vlog to your audience. You got to get used to people looking at you all sorts of ways when you're videoing yourself, because most people aren't used to having someone walk around and talk to a camera, basically talking to themselves. So just get used to that and get very much comfortable with people looking at you stupid. I know with my San Diego trip, I was vlogging all throughout the airport. If you haven't checked out that vlog, go ahead and check it out. It'll be in the link in the description. I know walking through the airport, it was definitely a little bit awkward at first, but then I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna go with it, and I did, and I liked it. And I bet you're wondering what gear you should probably use to start a YouTube channel and or vlogging channel, and what my suggestions would be. So I'll go ahead and give you a couple of my suggestions on what I would use if I were to start a YouTube channel today, and let me know down in the comments down below what you think of some of the gear that will be mentioned in the rest of this video. If you want to make things easier, if you're starting a vlog-like channel, I would say and recommend the Canon G7X Mark II, and if you're on a budget, the Canon G7X. The Canon G7X I can definitely speak for, because that's one of the cameras that I use in my videos, and that's one of the ones that I use on a daily. That's also my go-to camera when I need to just create a vlog and I'm on the go. Okay, so here is what the Canon G7X looks like while vlogging with it. Notice that there is no camera shake because this camera is so light and very much easy to handle. So if you want to start a vlogging channel and you're on a budget, I would suggest getting the Canon G7X, because you can probably find it for about $350 to $400 when the original price was about $700 to $750. Now that the G7X Mark II's come out, this has been slashed almost in half as far as price range, so you're pretty much able to find it for pretty cheap, especially through secondhand market. So I would say look on your local Craigslist and or eBay, maybe even Amazon, and you'll be able to find this camera for pretty damn cheap. If you're looking to create more than just vlogs, which is more than what my channel is, I kind of do a little bit of both. I dabble into a little bit of reviews, and I dabble also into vlogs as well. So the A-roll camera, or the A camera that I use currently, is the Sony A6300. which is the best bang for your buck 4K camera. Okay, so other camera options include things like the Sony NEX5T, which is what I'm using. You can find this camera for hella cheap. I'm talking like 120 bucks to 200 bucks for a really good Sony NEX body, which is, you know, this camera is what I started off with, and honestly it is still one of the best cameras that I have, including you know, with the Sony a6300 that's currently recording me right now. But I do still use this camera, and I just recently found this camera. I forgot about it, to be honest with you, but I do remember that this camera has great autofocus, great face detection, stuff like that, and that is perfect for a vlogger. This camera also has a flip out screen that you're able to see yourself, which the Sony a6300 does not have. So you're able to frame and definitely get better shots with this camera because you're able to flip the camera's screen all the way around, as you can see. So if you want to really step up your game, I would say check out the Sony NEX5T or any of the Sony NEX previous lines. Can't really go wrong with Sony right now because they are definitely killing the game. So if you if you're on a budget, I would recommend the Sony NEX line or any of the older Sony models. That's including the Sony a6000, Sony a6300. Any of those will do and will definitely get the job done. You'll be able to create some really amazing, beautiful content with either of those cameras. So let me know down in the comments down below, what do you guys use to shoot with? I'm really interested to know what you use. So yeah, the thing that I would say that is a negative with the Sony NEX line is the lack of the audio jacks. As most people already know, the Sony NEX line does not have an audio out and or headphone jack, so you're not able to actually hear what you're sounding like, and you're not able to plug in an external mic. The audio on this doesn't sound too bad, but as you can see, it does pick up a lot of the echo in my room, so that is one negative of using a camera such as the Sony NEX5T. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this video using the Canon G7X so that you're able to hear some of the audio directly from the onboard microphone from this camera. Remember, this is a point and shoot camera, so go ahead and keep that in mind, that this has no external microphone hooked up to it as I do with my Sony a6300. So this is the onboard microphone of the Canon G7X. So if you really want to get into the whole vlogging atmosphere, I would say use this as your go-to startup camera. If you're looking to do more of a hybrid type thing where you're vlogging some of the time and then you're kind of using an A camera and a B camera type thing, I would say start with the a6300. You're able to get an amazing camera for about 1,300 bucks with the kit lens that shoots 4K. That's unheard of. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What camera is your favorite camera to start off with? The three that I've named here, which is the Canon G7X, this is the Mark I, and the Sony a6300, the kit glass, and a few other lenses that I use, which is a 28mm f2 and the 20mm 2.8, I believe. And you can't forget the Sony NEX5T with the kit glass as well. That is, again, the 16-50. Can't go wrong with that. Let me know which one is your favorite and what you guys use to shoot with. Again, this has been your boy K.dot. As always, remember, if you're not living your passion, are you even living though? Jeez.